Hey everybody, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Paul.
And welcome to the Fan Voice Podcast, episode 27. If we have our numbering right, I'm pretty sure.
I think so, maybe.
In fact, you'll notice that we haven't numbered most other things.
Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff going, which is good, but we're a little mixed up. But it's okay. It's okay.
Business.
Yes. Yeah, business.
And those business shout-outs belong to our good friend Lindsay Gear, a.k.a. FaithTatsu, who is a totally awesome cosplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's cosplayed a number of things from League of Legends like Draven and Jinx, as well as a Banjo cosplay from Banjo-Kazooie, which is totally awesome. She just showed us our amazing Jiggy prop.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It uses a weapon.
Yeah.
Yes. Weapon Jiggy, the best Jiggy.
Yep.
But anyway, our topic for tonight is...
What we're here for.
Yeah, exactly.
Is to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. And how awesome all of the secrets and all of the theories and everything.
Yeah.
It's funny that I just showed you my Banjo cosplay and the theme is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, right?
It kind of works. There we go.
Being the bear. Oh god, so creepy.
That's your next cosplay task, a Banjo like Freddy's crossover thing. A robotic Banjo.
That would be cosplay Foxy, oh my god.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
It's so creepy. It's like the Slenderman cosplay that you occasionally catch in the background of a con.
And they're just really standing out there creepily.
I'm like, that's not okay.
It's like, don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, seeing Five Nights at Freddy's cosplays on security cameras. Like security people at the cons. Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Somebody should plan that. That'd be awesome.
And they just stand there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So yeah.
Do that now.
Yeah, right. That would be awesome.
It'd be really funny. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is really creepy, but at the same time super interesting because the game, the way they present it is, I guess the main core of it is pretty simplistic. You're basically just a night guard in place watching security cameras trying to make sure these animatronic animals don't attack you where you have to watch them or lead them somewhere else kind of things. But in the background of it, there are these small hintings and clues to this very intricate backstory of murders and stuff like that.
It's really cool. There's a lot of and for those that don't know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, it's basically a horror game where you're in charge of you're a security guard in charge of the cameras, and in the third one, I guess, technically the ventilation system and something else, right? You're in charge of.
The audio system.
The audio system. So you have to kind
of... That's more in the third one. I mean...
Right.
Yeah.
You have to watch different elements in each game.
Yeah, which is... So it's crazy, because the first one is just, the camera system.
Yeah.
And that's kind of... Yeah, and then the doors. And then it kind of ramps up and changes.
Yeah. Each one, they progress you into new elements that can make it more challenging or interesting kind of thing.
Basically. So it's a very cool game. It's the perfect horror game for kind of YouTubers and Let's Players and
absolutely.
It's basically really freaky.
And the perfect story for bloggers and Redditors. And
it is, because there's so much secret stuff.
And there's so much debates about everything.
And there's a lot of detail.
That's what makes it really cool, you know? They did a good job. So I guess the first part of this is we're going to jump into a couple of theories we have. And first we're going to let Lindsay dish out a theory she has, and then I got one of my own. And then after that we'll jump into the nitty gritty of what needs to be appreciated about this franchise and what makes it great and unique, etc., etc.
All right. Good outline.
Yeah.
So, Lindsay, do you want to go ahead and jump into your theory?
Yeah, and also really quick, if you have not seen Five Nights at Freddy's, a good place to start is Markiplier.
Yes. Yeah.
They do really good videos on that. Definitely.
Yeah. Markiplier's videos are especially they're really funny, and they're also very good at showing off the game. So
He is like the most sweetest man I've ever seen.
he really is.
Like,
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, he's majestic.
Awesome. And also, the game theorists have made 2 theory videos about this that are very, very well presented as well, and intricate and interesting. If we're naming off video spokesmen.
What they do. For sure.
Yeah.
Author.
Yeah.
So my theory is that, I think it was in the second one you figured out Purple Guy was the one who murdered all the kids? Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh yeah, spoiler alert for everyone.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
No, it's all good.
A lot of spoilers in it.
We'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
So, and then in the third one, you see Purple Guy going in the Springtrap costume. So I was just thinking, there's been theories going around how, like, Mike Schmidt, it might be Purple Guy, and I kind of like following that theory. So what if Mike Schmidt was the Purple Guy and Purple Guy was Springtrap? So in the very first fight, and I don't know how to connect these to the first 2 games, the second and the third one, but when the first Five Nights at Freddy's, you're not a security guard, you are Springtrap, and you're hiding in the office, and those phone recordings aren't live. The phone calls aren't live, they're recordings. And you're using those recordings to figure out how to, like, trap yourself in the office and hide from the animatronics.
Oh.
Because, like, you know how in the phone call it said that they won't attack if you're in a suit? So, like, Mike got in the Springtrap suit so that the animatronics wouldn't attack, but they still knew it was him. So not only is he hiding in the office, but he's wearing the suit. And,
right.
Maybe, like, I'm really bad at this, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's...
Maybe, like the 5 kids that he murdered, because there's 5 animatronics, so, each soul belongs to one of the animatronics, so he's hiding in the office, because maybe the kids are, coming after him.
Right.
So he's wearing the suit, and that's why he's hiding in the office. None of this is real. The phone calls aren't live, you aren't a security guard. The game just makes it that illusion.
Yeah, right.
So I think Mike is Purple Guy, and there's evidence that the souls are trapped in the suits. Like Foxy Screech is a sped up version of a kid crying, I believe, or screaming.
Right.
Yeah. No, I've heard that before too.
And
yeah.
Also, the other one where it says like Freddy's laugh or cry is a slowed down version of a girl giggling. So that's what makes me. That's yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I think is that at the very beginning, none of this is really happening. You're the murderer in the Springtrap costume hiding from the people who want to get revenge.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really interesting because people always call them phone calls, and it's interesting that you say that they're recordings because honestly, when I first listened to it, I'm like, oh, it's like a recording. Somebody left him a recording.
Yeah,
and somebody was
something.
Yeah, because somebody told me later, like, oh no, they're supposed to be phone calls, and I'm like, there's no phone call. That's just like, is that like a voicemail? That would make sense.
And the third one can bring about that train of thought because they're definitely training tapes because it's supposed to be way later, and it's like, dude, we found these training tapes kind of thing. It's like, what if the first ones were training tapes as well kind of thing? Yeah,
seriously, like just a recording left over from a security guard teaching you how to do your job.
Yeah.
Because they really don't feel like phone calls to me at all.
Yeah.
And remember how this game is based on an actual, like, murder, how he was hiding in the restroom when he killed his...
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what if Mike was a security guard previously, but, lured the kids into the room and then killed them?
Yeah. That's really interesting, actually.
And another thing, I actually found this from the first game theorist video. Another hinting towards that is, like, along the walls, sometimes it'll be writing in, like, big bold letters, "It's me, it's me."
Yeah, what's up with the "it's me"?
Yeah.
I understood that. Because that's on Foxy's sign, too, and, like, it'll sometimes pop up in front of your screen and then have, like, Eyeless Bonnie and Eyeless Chica and Freddy pop up and...
Yeah, and I think that's just another hinting towards it. And really quick, I'm going to jump to the ending of the third one. I think could actually correlate a little more with this is, well, through the whole games of the third one, you see Purple Guy destroying all the suits, right? But then you have the last child who just floats by everything and gets into the room with the other 4 children spirits, and the Purple Guy is just running frantically and can't really seem to do anything. And
hides in the Springtrap costume.
exactly. And I feel like the for a number of reasons, the last kid is the one that inhabits the Golden Freddy outfit, because in a way you could like kind of correlate the two as, okay, the other 4 suits were destroyed, and you look back to the first game, everyone else besides Golden Freddy, like, you couldn't destroy them, but they were stoppable. You could stop them from getting to you. But if you catch wind of the Golden Freddy poster, he just appears in your... Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, so I feel like he could represent the 5th child in that sense.
Because the 5th child was kind of the one that stopped him and what, killed him, because when he got in the suit, I don't remember how they said it in the game, but like the mechanism.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like
crushed his body in the suit.
Basically, the Springtrap is basically supposed to be an animatronic suit that could also be worn as a costume by a human by like locking the coils in of all the animatronic mechanisms. But apparently it's really delicate, so like you put it on and the springs came loose and like just jutted in him, kind of thing.
Wow.
It's insanity.
And back to the theory about hiding in the office. It also, gives that feeling of, hey, it's the next day, let's go home and then come back to work. But like, what if it's just making you think that, and you're just waiting for 6 a.m. so you can hide somewhere else in the restaurant while it's open, and there's customers and the whole operation's going on. What if you're not going home? You're just waiting for 6 a.m. so you can hide somewhere else. So
interesting.
If you're a crazy murderer, you can't really leave.
It's true.
Not in a regular sense, no.
The cops will find you.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like that theory, actually.
Well, you have a specific set of skills.
And they will find you. Yes. Oh, maybe it's Liam Neeson. That's my theory.
Andrew wrapped it all together. We have the perfect theory now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just my theory. Is Mike Schmidt is Purple Guy and Purple Guy is Springtrap. But I don't know. I can't really put together why Springtrap would be after you. And third one, I mean, I haven't really gotten that far yet with my theory.
I mean, I think all around that's a real mystery to the third one right now. I think unanimously everyone will agree that Purple Guy got killed in Springtrap.
Well, they even showed it in the minigame, the death minigame.
Exactly. But why is he walking around and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess he could be haunting too, but like justice is served. He has.
Yeah.
In a sense, he wouldn't have unfinished business.
Exactly.
Like kind of something I thought, but I feel like would be a little too simple. Is just like it's the animatronics kind of going haywire while his like carcass is still in it, kind of thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, but that's too easy, I feel like. That's too straightforward.
For this game where there's this many secrets, yeah, maybe.
And you've seen the 2 like super secret screenshots, right, Lindsay? With like the Springtrap like head getting pulled off a little?
No, I might have. I know Mark was showing the screenshots, but I don't.
Right, he did. He did show.
Okay.
He showed them in the beginning of the second episode, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically the Springtrap robot, and it's like pulling the head part off, and you see this. it barely looks human, but it's like this more humanish like face with huge bug eyes, just being like, oh,
That is, yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, because they said that, you know, if you're forced into the animatronic suit, your eyes will pop out. So that would make sense that his eyes would be buggy.
Yeah.
And I mean,
remember the death screenshot in the first one? If you got caught, your eyes were popped out of the face.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
You never seen that?
That's right.
Really?
I haven't.
Yeah, if you get caught in the first one, they show you stuffed in the Freddy suit, and the only human part you can see is your eyes just popped out.
It's creepy.
Oh my goodness.
This game is so creepy.
Yeah. Okay, so
it's awesome.
I mean, those screenshots can be taken as hintings towards something even more devastating in the future, or just showing a more graphic moment of when he got first caught in the spring trap.
Maybe.
Either or, who knows?
I keep hitting my microphone. I'm sorry. I hope that's
No,
I'm not hearing anything. Anyway, so I guess one thing I'd like to ask you about is where do you stand on the debate of 5 or 6 kids?
What do you mean, like?
Because there's a lot of debate going around, mainly based on the second game, because there's newspaper clippings about 5 kids being murdered, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's the mini game that's just 1 kid getting murdered.
It's the one where he's locked outside.
Yeah. And some people keep going back and forth where it's like, oh wait, it's 5 kids. It's actually 6 kids kind of thing.
I actually did not know about this. I haven't really put a lot of thought into it. That's interesting.
Okay. Well, I guess this is kind of leading into my theory because a lot of people think there's 6 kids because in the second game theory video, he says that the marionette, the puppet thing, is the first kid that was murdered. And then and then the other 5 are the 5 outfits, the 4 regular and the golden Freddy.
One. Yeah.
But in light of recent events of the third game, there is actually one mini game where let me see if I can show that really quick. I had it up. Okay. There's a mini game where you're basically walking into a room, and you're this gray kid thing. Looks kind of like ghostish, but not the same way that they usually depict the murdered kids.
Right.
And then you see, if you unlock everything correctly, you see him standing in a room with the crying kid, which can be which most people will think is the first kid murdered, and 4 other kids that are all wearing different masks. And if you continue it, the crying kid puts on a lighter Freddy mask. Since it's black and white, you can't tell, but you could definitely think that that's the golden Freddy outfit. Definitely. So what is this like other gray kid right here? All the figures drop, and where he was, the marionette mask lays.
Oh.
So there's one more theory.
Kid?
Yeah. What?
Do you think maybe he was the 6th kid? The one trapped outside?
Possibly. It's hard to say because that's a long-running theory with this, but at the same time, I think the crying kid is the golden Freddy kid, and I'll tell you why. Because there's another rumor floating around that one of the 5 murdered kids survived. And
Ooh.
And what my theory is that the kid that survived is the marionette kid, or at least escaped somehow. Because the reason I think this is because at the end of the game you only see 5 kids, like haunting the murderer, and it's like, if the marionette is one of the kids that got murdered, why isn't he in there with his vengeance as well, kind of thing. So what I'm thinking is that the marionette kid is he at least escaped, maybe still died or something, but was the one who was able to lead the spirits into the 5 costumes. And that's kind of going on during the second Five Nights at Freddy's game, which is a prequel to the first one.
Oh.
And then after that, what I believe happens is the reason he's not really in the first one is because his job was to give them a way to avenge themselves to the murderer kind of thing. And I don't know. I think another thing that brings that on is like a lot of things involving the marionette in the second games involve like save them, you can't kind of thing.
Right.
Whereas in like maybe that last kid holds himself responsible for not saving the others or something.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of out there. But
So it's like, how should I say this? So like, when you see Purple Guy get in the Springtrap costume, would that kind of be like connected to the beginning of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, since Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is like the prequel? You think maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Like at that point, I think they're going after him, but can't like quite find him yet. And then you'll connect it to the first one where you are the murderer and they found you.
But that wouldn't make sense, because if you're stuck in the Springtrap costume, then how do you put the Freddy mask on to hide from the?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
I don't know. But also, I was actually watching Mark play his newest episode for Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was thinking about what I was going to say on the show, and I noticed something. You know how you have to lure Springtrap away, you have to play the audio device for Balloon Boy?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's kind of funny that you have to play an audio device, audio recording of a little boy talking, a kid talking. The fact that lures Purple Guy, Springtrap away. Another kid to kill, he probably thinks.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was interesting.
It's the bait, yeah.
God, that's so creepy again.
Right?
Nightmares tonight.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Five Nights at Freddy's, anything Five Nights at Freddy's, I had nightmares.
Yeah.
I'll totally admit it.
Those jumps, man. You look at it from an outside view, you just see pictures and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's not that scary, but no,
Right.
it's freaking crazy.
I didn't have nightmares, but certain things stuck with me, and now they don't like when I first played Five Nights at Freddy's, those like inhuman organic groaning sounds that Bon and Chica make.
Yes.
Yeah.
That stuck with me for like I would just hear that out of nowhere. That stuck with me for so long. And
Yeah.
Foxy, like I love him now. He's like, of course, everyone's favorite. He's my favorite. At least I didn't like him because I don't like the whole, you look at something, you like look at a camera and you see something running down the hall. I do not like that in any sort of.
Oh yeah, no.
I hate that. That freaks me out so badly. So that stuck with me too. Like I would leave my door open and I would keep looking over my shoulder at my door and I'm like, please don't let there be Foxy. Please don't let there be Foxy.
I think you'd keep your doors closed because that's how you keep them out in the game.
I don't think a wooden door is going to stop an animatronic.
It's true. They're just gonna bust
Only
it
an
down.
electric door. That's the key.
Also, speaking of Foxy, I was on the wiki and I found a theory that I really like. And
Ooh, okay.
I don't know who wrote the theory. I forgot to look, but Foxy is the only good guy in Five Nights at Freddy's, and I like that a lot. I like why they say that. Because when Foxy is running down the hall and he comes in the door, he's actually checking up on you. And he doesn't mean to, kill you, but at that exact moment, his voice box malfunctions, and that's why he screams when he peeks in the door.
Huh.
But they think he's really just checking on you every so once in a while to make sure you're still alive in the office.
Interesting.
Oh. That is interesting, because he doesn't really come in besides peeking in the door, right?
Yeah, he doesn't, actually attack you. He just peeks in the door.
And every other one does attack, right?
Except though Freddy Foxy does though attack in the second and third one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that kind of butchers the theory of him being a good guy, but I still like it. I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
That is really interesting, though.
I like that because I'm like, yay, Foxy's a good guy.
That's one of the greatest things about this series is just the lore of it and just the way he presents everything. I think, well, lots of people can come up with fan fiction for a lot of different things, but this definitely, I believe, he struck an amazing balance of leaving enough to mystery for people to think and come up with their own ideas.
Should have not happened.
All right, well, let's just go ahead and say that some of all fan fiction should have never happened. Because there are definitely some for pretty much everything that are...
Not everyone should write everything ever. But what I'm getting at is it's a wonderful thing how much it lets our imagination just run wild.
Well, it's really cool. It's really cool creative inspiration. Like this, it's just a really cool kind of art style.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool kind of gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of just general creative inspiration. You can do so much with the game.
Absolutely.
I've seen so much cool fan art and so many cool theories. And like you said, it's open.
Yeah.
And that's really, really cool, especially for a game that has kind of lived on the internet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ways,
Like the like financial stature of it could be something that someone could have written off right away. But what's the creator's name?
Scott something. I can never pronounce his last name.
I can never remember.
Scott C. I know it starts with a C.
Scott Cawthon or something like that. Anyway, yeah, right. Most of us have heard about like how this is like heavily like inspired by a real murder event, and he's just one of those individuals who can take something like that and wrap it into something you can feel the realism of it all, I guess.
You know what's funny about him too is that before he became a thing with Five Nights at Freddy's, he would make Christian-based games.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny when I heard that. I'm like, wait.
That was a crazy turn.
But you actually see those in the design of it, like right away. You're like, yeah, these things still look really creepy.
Right.
They're supposed to be cute squirrel animals, but they're all weirdly shaped and have like the bug eyes and stuff like that. It's like, I'm sorry, man, you know.
Horror's more your thing. Christian is just not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think that was really funny because it is. It definitely does not seem like your wholesome Christian game.
Didn't they for some reason get taken down for copyright? There was like some issue with his old games.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I can't remember what that was all about.
Yeah, like
I think
games they got taken down for some stupid reason.
It was like he used an asset or something, which I mean.
One thing.
Yeah, right. It's ridiculous, but
he used like a sound clip that was. You know how many times I've heard the same Scream sound clip in every horror indie game?
Seriously.
Yeah. I want to hear it. Okay.
So true.
I hear the same Slenderman sound clips in every other horror game. It's like, come on.
Yeah, and they're on Steam, which is an official service that's supposed to be curating these things.
Exactly. I mean, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. It's the new Wilhelm.
Yeah, right? It totally is.
Really, I mean, I can't remember it in my head, but like seriously, you hear that same exact specific scream or sound in these horror games. It's like, oh, I know what that's from. That's from Slenderman.
Yeah.
That's from this game.
You use it too much, it just loses its edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm desensitized from horror games from watching Markiplier play so many. And,
yeah.
Because they don't like once in a while they'll still get me, but like I don't get scared anymore.
Well, it's funny too because it's funny to watch the progression of a lot of people and kind of go on on like in the same progression as they do, because I've watched people that start out really scared, and then by the end of like a Let's Play or whatever, where they're nearing the end of the level or the game,
they're just like plain frustrated or determined or something.
They're just like really angry.
Yeah.
I don't get scared anymore. He just freaks out.
Like I love it.
Starts freaking out.
Yeah, I love it. I love when he was playing the I think it was the third one, where something got out and got him, and he just goes, God dang it! And he's like, I have to leave. I'm so mad.
I thought it was funny when Markiplier was playing the third Five Nights at Freddy's, and like there would be the part where like Springtrap is just peeking through the door, and really you can't do anything, so he just ends up stalls looking at him until the lights fade. He's like, I'm just gonna have a conversation with you. Do you want to go on a picnic or something?
By the way, Markiplier, if we somehow see this, we love you.
Yeah, right.
We do.
Love you, man.
You are awesome.
Your charisma is wonderful.
So yeah, I mean, it's interesting that we're talking about this, because this is one of the things that I always think about Five Nights at Freddy's. We talk about like the theories, and then we immediately talk about a Let's Player playing the game.
We got off subject.
Well, no, that's perfectly on subject to me, because I'm thinking like that's what this game is to me a lot. Is I haven't even played. I played the first one, a little bit of the first one, and that was basically it.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, I've watched it.
Right.
And I love the fact that that's like this game is like so ingrained with that. Like, it's the perfect horror title.
It was a little more geared towards Let's Plays. You know?
And
because you're like I don't know, you're sitting there right there with the viewer, everything just waiting. Yeah. It's like, is it going to make it out? I don't know.
Horror games are a good viewing experience. They can be very funny when someone gets scared.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, most people like horror, so they like being scared. So there's a lot of really good elements that make like horror games really good Let's Play games.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that Markiplier is still like kind of like it seems like he's been getting bigger. Like when he did the first Five Nights at Freddy's, I think he was one of the first people to play it, right?
Oh, really?
It was either him or PewDiePie. I don't.
Yeah.
It was one of the two.
And I thought it was really cool. Like he was not really small then; he was pretty big actually. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was cool that significantly grew his audience, like people. And I think that's really cool because it's kind of double beneficial there.
Yeah,
it's mutually beneficial, and that's really cool to me. Like I love that.
I mean, I guess just a comment to like these kind of like media celebrities in general, like the YouTubers, the Let's Players. It's like this is a prime example of just like if you have enough determination and keep trucking at it, luck will hit you and you'll get your springboard kind of thing, you know? Because at the time, no one knew that Five Nights at Freddy would become mega popular, and just by that, Markiplier gets a ton more views. You know?
Yeah. And I also like the fact that Markiplier, you know, a lot of people accuse PewDiePie and Markiplier of playing games that are going to get them views. And to a certain extent, I see where they're coming from, because, you're going to play games that are going to get you more views because it is their job.
Right.
You know? But the other part of that is also, I don't think Markiplier sat down and went, what's this random horror indie game? Oh, this would be perfect, give me a lot of views. He probably played a little bit of it and went, this is an awesome horror game. This is perfect for the channel.
Right.
And then he played it. And I like that.
I'm also tired of hearing the whole Markiplier's copying PewDiePie, PewDiePie's copying Markiplier. It's not a popularity competition. It's a hobby.
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly. It's an entertainment industry of its own. It's like saying any musician is copying another musician because they're playing music.
Yeah,
kind of thing, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And what frustrates me too is it's like, you know, PewDiePie will do something first, right? And it'll come out, and then a couple days later, a Markiplier video will come out, and he's actually said before, I think, on Twitter before, he's been like, yeah, I actually recorded that before the PewDiePie video came out. It just took me longer to edit.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you gonna do with certain titles like you get to Five Nights at Freddy's 3 mega hit? Everyone wants to do a Let's Play at it,
Yeah.
but you only have like a day before like 700 Let's Play videos of it come out.
And then immediately somebody else did it first. And
Yeah. It's like
It's not an argument anymore.
I'm sorry someone else did it first, but I wanted to play this game kind of thing, you know?
That argument isn't even really an argument unless it's so obscure that no one, like, it's just on bot on Steam. Like, it has pitiful sales on Steam. Somebody plays it. It's a really popular video. Or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, that argument only even works then. But, like, somebody, goes and plays a GTA 5 gameplay, like a map or something, a multiplayer map with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then somebody else plays the same map, and it's like, well, he did it first. It's like, it's GTA 5.
Yeah.
People are gonna do GTA 5 Let's Plays because it's GTA.
No, a good argument to that is like if someone did a Let's Play of like Takeshi's Challenge after the JonTron video came out. Kind of thing. Yeah.
That's a little more obscure.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And on topic of that, the whole it's not popularity contest, if you have a cosplay page, if you have a podcast channel, a Let's Play channel, you make video games, whatever it is, don't let that one shithead in the community bring you down and, discourage you from doing what you love. I mean, I only have like 400 something likes on my cosplay page. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be Jessica Negri. I'm not going to be Han. So that's not going to stop me from doing what I love. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep going along because, someday I might be up there with, the big ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean,
if you have a hobby out there, don't let anyone discourage you. Don't let popularity discourage you. Just do what you love.
That's really good advice.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
that's the thing,
true.
And I feel like if you chase cosplaying, if you chase podcasting, be solely first because you love it, and then on top of that, put on hard work, determination, and faith, you'll get up there.
I mean, I didn't even know who Markiplier was. Like, I used to be a big PewDiePie fan, and I started to get bored of him, so I wanted to watch a new Let's Player. And I just typed in Amnesia Let's Play, and I saw this little thumbnail of this goofy-looking dude screaming around his face, and it said horror reaction compilation. So I watched it, and I'm like, this guy's pretty good. And I mean, you're not going to become a big hit in one day. People are going to see
of course.
work, and it's going to go up from there. So that's how I discovered Markiplier, was just looking up a new Let's Player. So
right, and after a while, you just start catching wave.
Yeah,
it's a process.
The next thing you know, we're the Nerdist podcast. Yeah,
shabam.
Definitely, just don't let that shithead discourage you.
Nope. You just got to do what you do.
Or sometimes the multiple shitheads.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
There are plenty out there. That's okay.
All right. Well, that was a good Five Nights at Freddy's discussion.
Yeah. Is there any last closing things you want to say about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Let's eat.
That was a great reaction. I think that's.
I didn't enjoy playing it as a game. Like, I played the first and second night, and it scared me. But then the scares got really old. I enjoy it more as watching it and reading up on it. I don't really enjoy it as a game.
Yeah, it's
a great game, but
yeah,
it's hard. The gameplay mechanics are very. I don't know what the best way to put this, but kind of one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
They get kind of old, and then it gets frustrating pretty quickly with how much you have to keep up with and do and
to play that game.
Yeah.
So much patience.
Seriously, yeah, it's very true. It's difficult,
but it's still a good game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But regarding the gameplay, one thing he did an excellent job at, and probably taking horror to a new level, is just how well he intricated the feeling of powerlessness
being alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being alone, not being able to move,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
extreme fear. Being trapped is like a serious fear a lot of people have.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it did it incredibly well.
Yeah.
Because there really is, like, people always say, like, isolation helps,
Right.
horror. And so they always point to, like, Alien Isolation. But, there are other things in Alien Isolation. And there's, like, those, I don't know what they call the cyborgs.
The synthetics?
Yeah, the synthetics. And there are still things other than the singular alien that are trying to kill you.
Right.
I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's is freaky because it's you and something that should not be alive. So you are really the only living thing.
Inanimate objects that come to life, like that's just, oh.
That's creepy. Yeah,
exactly.
It's why everybody finds Chucky so creepy.
Right, right.
They're like, oh, God, why is that puppet moving?
You're a security guard that can't move, and your only weapon is watching these monsters coming towards you.
Yeah.
And they want to kill you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So, definitely reached a new element in horror, or a new level of a certain element.
Mm-hmm.
The jump scares don't even really, like, get you. It's not the fact that, something's popping in your face and screaming.
A lot of the time it's the anticipation.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
It is the anticipation. It's waiting for the jump scare is what gets you. Because the game is so quiet. There's only... and that's, as Mark says, sound is what makes a game absolutely perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Nailed it with the sound. Like, there's just barely any sound. You hear weird noises.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's I always have people who say horror, like the horror genre, is all about the suspense of what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And waiting for it. Exactly. And this game does that so well.
Right. Absolutely.
Definitely.
That's respectable horror right there.
Yeah. Yes, it is. All right.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else?
That was my
wine glass.
That was my big one. Just mentioning the powerlessness feeling.
That's what that made me think of when you said that. Quarreling.
Monocle.
Yeah.
Our work is done.
Business.
So yeah, I was just gonna say, if you guys are interested in Five Nights at Freddy's, go watch Markiplier's gameplay because his is fantastic.
And it doesn't have to be Markiplier.
It doesn't. That's true. We did talk about him a lot, but there are Yeah, there are many other people playing this game, so you'll be able to find some. And then check out Game Theory because their videos are fantastic for like all these little secrets and details and stuff.
And they back up their evidence so hard. It's really good.
They do a really, really good job of backing it up, of actually showing some real proof. It's really awesome.
Yeah, super interesting.
Yeah. So Lindsay, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, do you
got to talk about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you want to? Yeah. Do you want to plug your cosplay page and any other?
Yeah, let them know where you can find you.
Yeah, definitely. You can look me up at facebook.com/FaithTatsu or Tatsu Cosplay. I don't know my own URL.
We'll have them listed as well.
Yeah.
I also have an Instagram where I do post cosplay on it, but it's also a little more personal. So if you just want to see the more other side of cosplay, then go ahead.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
DeviantArt soon, so.
Okay. Cool.
Excellent.
Nice. Awesome. well, yeah. I mean, you can find her at those places. We'll list them in the description.
Check her out. Check out that banjo and that jiggy.
It took us a while to get our own URLs down.
Yeah, we gotta
Facebook.com/Tatsu Cosplay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
I don't pay attention to my page a lot.
Yeah, it happens. We do this.
We have vigilance problems as well. What number are we on?
Yeah. So true. All right. Well, you guys, you can find us at, there we go, Facebook.com/TheFanVoicePodcast.
YouTube.com/TheFanVoicePodcast.
Twitter at FanVoicePodcast.
Our email, fan@thefanvoice.com.
And you can find us at fanvoice.com, where we have news, reviews, and all that good stuff.
And downloadable podcasts like this one as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
And we're working on iTunes. We promise. We promise it's coming.
We're looking.
Yeah,
We're looking.
all business. All business in here.
Professional.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us for another awesome episode of the Fanboys Podcast. Lindsay, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Yeah,
No problem.
All right. We'll see you guys
until
next time.
Guys. Keep the lights on.
All right. Bye.
Bye.